with 2 minutes remaining. Second and goal from the Falcons 10. Taylor inside the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown!
Man, what a response. Tyrod Taylor putting this Jets offense on his back, and I really like the way that he goes and was decisive. As soon as he saw the pocket collapsing, he just takes off, doesn't waste any time, wasn't going to mess around, gets the touchdown for the Jets.
His first rushing touchdown since 2021 with Houston. Folk ties the game at 24.
Watch how quickly Tyrod Taylor diagnoses the defense, and then he just takes off, right? So you see that the pocket is collapsing. He says, forget this, I am out. Makes 2 guys miss. Caden Ellis can't bring him down. Ron Harrison can't bring him down, and he gets in for the touchdown. And you can see his eyes. As soon as he breaks the pocket, he's like, I'm out. Before, we've seen him look down the field, see if he can throw the football. Instead, he had his eyes on the end zone, gets in for a touchdown. That was a good-looking drive by the Jets. Really good-looking drive. 15 plays, 65 yards, almost 7 minutes off the clock.
15-play drive, longest of the season for Aaron Glenn's Jets. Game tied at 24, down to 1:53.
Both teams with 3 timeouts.
Short kickoff taken at the 9-yard line by Tompkins. So Cousins and the Falcons offense back onto the field. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, entertaining second half. We had 8 punts in the first half, only 1 punt combined since halftime.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out what are we going to talk about, right? And then the Jets and Falcons, they really started to pick it up. I like the second half adjustments by both teams. They did a really nice job there. And the biggest thing was Tyrod Taylor starting to incorporate Adonai Mitchell. Of course, Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts on the other side. They've been having a phenomenal game.
Robinson takes the handoff. In the second half, 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals, 2 missed field goals. And a timeout taken by the Jets. We've had some exciting finishes. 47 games with the game-winning score in the final 2 minutes of the fourth or overtime. Most in NFL history through the first 12 weeks.
Yeah, and the timeout was taken by Aaron Glenn, by the way. It wasn't taken by the Atlanta Falcons. What he's doing is trying to conserve some time here. He wants to be able to have an opportunity to get the ball back, give his quarterback Tyrod Taylor, who's been having a nice game, to get a score.
We welcome a new audience. Those of you who have been watching Tampa Bay and Arizona, Carolina and the Rams. Cousin wrapped up. Got rid of the football, but it was in the grasp. The whistle was blown. So 3rd and long upcoming. Clock stops at 1:39.
Yeah, just watch Will McDonald. He goes up and then he spins on Jake Matthews. He had been setting him up all game long. The speed of Will McDonald is what offensive tackles fear.
His team leading 8th sack. Kirk Cousins with a touchdown pass to David Sills to give the Falcons a 24-17 lead. And then Tyrod Taylor ran it in from 10 yards out. Jets tied the game. Big day for Bijan Robinson, 142 yards on the ground for Atlanta. State Farm postgame is coming up. Carolina and Tampa Bay with wins. 7th of the season for both the Panthers and the Bucs. Atlanta looking for their 5th victory. Third down and 9. Cousins pass complete, but not enough. Tackle made by Taylor at the 36-yard line on Robinson. Jets call timeout to give their offense as much time as possible, as the Falcons will send out the punting unit.
Yeah, very smart clock management by Aaron Glenn. He called that first time out when he recognized the Atlanta Falcons didn't gain much on first down. Then the Falcons helped him out with Kirk Cousins throwing that incompletion on second down. Third down, they stop him, and now they have 1 minute and 31 seconds plus a timeout. All they need is a field goal to win this game.
So for the Falcons, who punted on their first 4 drives of the game, this will be the first time Pinion will punt here in the second half. Atlanta with 2 touchdowns, a field goal, a missed field goal. So the Jets will have an opportunity. They tied the game moments ago. Officials have now ruled the last pass incomplete.
And
so the ball spotted back. Ball spotted back at the 31-yard line.
They also put more time back on the clock, 1 minute 36 instead of 1 minute 31.
The Jets their timeout back.
Yeah, that is
2 remaining.
Huge. That is huge.
Williams back deep. He had an 83-yard kickoff return earlier. Pinion from his 20. Bounces inside the 15-yard line. So Tyrod Taylor and the Jets offense back on the field. Here's the muff earlier by Agnew, leading to a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall took it in from 2 yards out. Gave New York a 7-0 lead. Robinson into the end zone of the second quarter, 14-7 Atlanta. How about this? 52 yards from Taylor to Mitchell. And then David Sills here in the fourth. 24-17 Falcons. Tyrod Taylor with a Jets touchdown. And now the Jets in a tie game with 1:26 remaining. Get the ball back, start from their 14-yard line. Taylor in trouble. Down he goes. Back at the 5.
James Pierce, their first-round pick. He's been on a tear the past 3 or 4 weeks. He's going against their rookie. Does a spin move on Armand Membu. Beats him like a drum. Gets the sack for the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons call timeout. Stop the clock at 1:16. A huge play made by the rookie Pierce.
Yeah.
Has a sack in 4 consecutive games.
He and Jalen Walker, the other first-round pick, number 15 overall, they have really turned it on for the Atlanta Falcons. They brought this speed. Now you see both of them in the game. James Pierce at the top of the screen. There's Jalen Walker at the bottom for the defensive front for the Atlanta Falcons.
You ought to look at Jeff Ulbrich, their defensive coordinator, interim head coach of the Jets last season. Diving catch made by Mechie.
Then another timeout called by the Atlanta Falcons.
Third and 15 upcoming for the Jets, following that huge sack by Pierce.
And that was just a 4-man rush. Raheem Morris was really excited about the 4-man pressures. You know, him and Ulbrich, trust me, they are not scared to dial up a blitz, but they would much rather live with a 4-man rush like they just did. Drop 7, make it hard for the quarterbacks to play it. You see how significant that sack was to start the drive.
Pass underneath Mechie, and he is met immediately. So a terrific series by this Falcons defense. Pierce with the sack on the first play. And now the Jets will punt it away with 1:06 remaining.
That sack completely took the Jets offense out of rhythm. Right?
Absolutely.
They just had nothing doing after that sack, and because of it, you now have 1:06, no timeouts though, but you only need a field goal to win the game. And because they were backed up so far, the Jets were backed up, if they get a good punt here and a nice return, they could be very close to field goal range already.
Falcons using all 3 of their timeouts. McNamara set up in his end zone. Agnew takes it out to 34.
Nice coverage.
Excellent punt, excellent coverage on special teams. Stiggers with the tackle. Look at Kirk Cousins' day.
And today it was pretty good, right? It wasn't great, it wasn't bad. And you saw what he's done today. He was really looking for Kyle Pitts. Got this one to David Sills for the touchdown. But Kirk Cousins, similar to Tyrod Taylor, right? They were conservative. They didn't want to put the ball in harm's way. He did have that one interception, but outside of that, it was a good day for Kirk Cousins. And Bijan Robinson also had a phenomenal day. Now they're going to rely on Kirk Cousins and his arm, see if they can get him into field goal range here.
Great punt, 55 yards. Falcons need to go about 28 yards to get into field goal range. And the pass on first down intended for Kyle Pitts with Sherwood defending.
Man, that is really nice coverage. Jamien Sherwood plays through the arms of Kyle Pitts. He goes up. It was kind of a back shoulder. I don't want to call it a fade, but definitely a back shoulder throw. And that was a nice defensive play by Jamien Sherwood.
2nd and 10 for Atlanta from their own 33-yard line. Down to 52 seconds on the clock. Cousins on 2nd down, bobbled and dropped by Sills.
That's one Sills has to get in. He has to catch that. Both hands on the football. That was a very nice throw by Kirk Cousins. And you see the frustration. David Sills, missed opportunity for the Atlanta Falcons. And now the Falcons are in a 3rd and long.
48 seconds. 3rd down and 10. Falcons must get to the 43 for a first down. And they will not. Mooney was the intended receiver.
Mooney got the alligator arms. Kirk Cousins threw it. It's on the money. Just watch Mooney. He doesn't fully extend because he thought Isaiah Oliver was going to hit him. Isaiah Oliver, he goes for the interception. Instead, Mooney drops the ball. It was right there. Perfect placement by Kirk Cousins. You're talking about 3 series. That was excellent defense, all 3 series from the the Jets to start, then the Atlanta Falcons, and then the Jets again.
3 consecutive 3-and-outs.
Yes.
Falcons twice, Jets once. Here's Williams across the 40. So now the Jets with 2 timeouts, 35 seconds, 16 yards on the return by Williams as Tyrod Taylor looks to get the Jets into field goal range.
Yeah, Tyrod Taylor's had a nice day. They've asked him to be efficient. They asked him to get the ball out when he needed to. The second half is what I really like. They started stretching the field with Adonai Mitchell and then Tyrod Taylor using his legs. You know, they don't design these runs for him anymore. They don't need to. They know he has the ability to go and break it when he has to, use his legs, score that touchdown. And now he has the opportunity, 35 seconds, 2 timeouts, get him into field goal range.
Folks, career long is 58. Jets would need 17 yards to get to that point. As Taylor takes off.
And a lot of room.
Cross midfield, first down. Out of bounds at the Falcons' 43-yard line. That's a 14-yard pickup.
You're just going to take a look at Leonard Floyd coming around the corner, going against Armand Membu, their rookie. Tyrod Taylor steps up. He's always had the speed, always had the legs, and that's a huge gain for the Jets. Always so calm, man. You just watch him, his facial, his expressions, his body language. I mean, he's always so calm. I know that rubs off on the rest of these young guys on the offense for the Jets.
From the 43, penalty marker.
Before the snap, false start, offense number 70, 5-yard penalty, first down.
That's Membu again. And when you talk about Tyrod Taylor, he broke into the league with the Baltimore Ravens, and some of his teammates included Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Anquan Bolden. He learned so much from that group. Won a Super Bowl ring, went to the Pro Bowl as a Buffalo Bill in 2015. And now looking to get the Jets into field goal range. Set back 5 yards following the penalty from the 48. The pass near sideline is caught at the 38 by Mitchell.
They could just call a timeout.
Clock continues to run. And now a timeout taken by the Jets. They have 1 remaining.
I'm telling you, Adonai's earning his keep. He's showing why he can be a productive receiver in the NFL.
We welcome a new audience. Those of you who have been watching the Dolphins and the Saints. Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, Megan O'Leary from MetLife Stadium. Jets and Falcons tied at 24. 20 seconds on the clock. The Jets driving. From this point, it would be a 56-yard field goal attempt for Nick Folk.
He did miss a field goal earlier in the second half.
Taylor to the outside looking for Mitchell, who wanted a flag with Alford defending.
Let's take it to D. Alford. That's their nickel corner. Oh, he did get in there early. That is pass interference. Put his right arm on that right shoulder. Didn't allow for Adonai to go up and try to make an attempt on that catch. But I mean, hey, he sold it, Kenny. He sold it real well. Got up, say, yeah, locked him down. Okay, all right. No flag.
Now on 3rd down. Taylor's pass is.
I don't know if that was complete. They're saying it was complete. I felt like it hit the ground.
Let's see.
Oh, no. He corralled that.
Mitchell at the 33.
That's a catch. Let's see.
The Jets have called their final timeout of the half, and it's first down.
Jets use their final timeout. Down to 12 seconds.
That was a nice job by the officials. That was a catch.
Mitchell with a touchdown earlier.
Yeah, how about his day today, right? He's done a
career day. 8 receptions, 102 yards. Most game-winning scores in the final 2 minutes of the fourth or overtime through the first 12 weeks of an NFL season. Line of scrimmage to 33. Jets are now out of timeouts. 12 seconds remaining. Tied at 24. More penalty flags.
So did they call? It's going to be the false start
by the offense. Everybody but the center.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. It's first down.
Wow. Everybody but the center.
I'm really scratching my head. I have no idea what they were trying to accomplish there. 12 seconds left. You're already in field goal range. I don't know why they were trying to do that. And they're coming right back out trying to do the same thing. I'm scratching my head right now, Kenny.
That's a big 5-yard loss. And now Taylor will throw it away. Down to 8 seconds. So prior to the penalty, line of scrimmage was the 33, which would have been a 51-yard field goal. From this point, 56. They'll look to run one more play here to the sidelines, stop the clock.
Yeah, they do that, but Ulbrich understands the situation as well, and he keeps blitzing his linebackers. So every time Tyrod Taylor tries to wait for an out route to open up, there's nothing doing. He has to throw it away.
Taylor will throw this one away. Here comes Nick Folk. He missed from 55 back in the third quarter. His first miss of any kind this season. This will be a 56-yard attempt. Keep in mind that penalty moments ago. They went from 51 to 56. From the right hash, from 56 yards out, his career long is 58. And Folk's kick is good. He's a folk hero at MetLife Stadium. A game-winning 56-yard field goal for the New York Jets.
What a game. New York Jets, both sides of the ball. Bijan Robinson also played outstanding football for the Atlanta Falcons. There's Aaron Glenn getting the third.